Hi, Michelle. I'm Jimmy.
Hey, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks.
Where are you from?
Jersey.
Jersey. All right. That's all I'm going to say.
Exit now.
That's all I got, man. That's all I got. Okay. All right. So, you're renting a bike. Do you ride bikes often?
No.
No?
It's been a long time. But they say it's like riding a bike.
Damn, man. Look at you. All right. So, it's just like riding a bike.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great. So, these bikes have coaster brakes. They do not have hand brakes.
Okay.
So you're actually, when you're pedaling along, you're going to go backwards to stop the bike, right? That's hitting your brakes, okay? There's an adjustment on the seat. You're not a very tall person, so we're going to adjust this thing way down low for you. And how the adjustment works, can you come over here and see this? See this? This loosens up, and then you can pull the seat up and down,
Okay.
and then you crank it down like that and tighten it.
Okay.
Very easy, okay? You've got good air pressure. Your tire's true. Good air pressure over here. Tire's true. Awesome. See how the way the bike's parked right now?
Yeah.
When you, especially if you have stuff in here, when you stop the bike, you put your kickstand down. Don't put your wheel this way, because see how unsteady it is? But if we put it this way, it gives a little bit more weight.
Okay.
Okay? When you go to stop this bike and you're going to lock it up somewhere, and make sure you do lock the bike up, okay? Because these bikes get misplaced all over the place. So pay attention to what the number of your bike is. You are 15, your combination, and lock it up. So when you stop these bikes, you're locking them up. Try to find a bike lock and lock it, a bike rack and lock it up to it. What you don't, where are you staying? You staying at the Tennis Villas?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Tennis Villas are really crazy about where you park these bikes. And if you're parking them and tying them onto ropes and trees and bushes, they hate it. So find a designated place where it's supposed to be parked. Also, try not to lean these bikes up against a pole or something like that, because it scratches the bike all up. Okay? And you know how to use a basic combination lock? It says 50-50 on this one. Boom, boom. Lock that. All right, here's a couple things. You're riding on a bike on a road. There is no bike path on the road. So there's cars going by you. Mind you, the cars are going slow. Most of them are kind of paying attention on the resort. Off the resort, there's a bike path way down there, but in this area, there's not. So when you and all your friends are riding your bikes, try to stay in single file. Okay? Sounds like fun when you're talking to your buddy and everything, but we're going to try to stay in single file. And the most important thing is, if you're going to go take a left, that you do not just take a left, because there might be a car passing you. Okay? So pay attention to that. Look over to your left-hand side and give a hand signal, make your turn. Okay. Nice and easy. You're from Jersey.
Yeah.
They have snow and ice in Jersey, right? Okay. We have sand in South Florida. So you've heard of accidents happening on black ice. People driving, they can't see the ice, and they slip and slide over there. What we have is sand. So if you're riding your bike along, you see a little drift of sand, you can go straight through it, but don't try to turn in that sand, because the front wheel can just slide out. You just slide out and knock you right on your bum, okay? So be careful of that. You can take them up to Sunset Beach. There's parking or bike racks up there. There's bike racks at the pool. There's bike racks underneath most every one of the condos and such. But you're not allowed to bring it all the way out onto the beach and try to ride it on the beach. You wouldn't be able to ride it on the beach anyway, but don't bring it all the way out there and get it salty and sandy. Try to avoid any puddles too, because it's just terrible for the bike and gets them all salty, okay? So I just want to make sure you have your helmet, okay? If you have kids that are with you, if they're under 16 years old, it is Florida law that they wear a helmet. I suggest wearing a helmet. We all suggest wearing a helmet. Okay, so show you the bike itself, the lock and the helmet. You have the basket on there. Nothing's wrong with the spokes. It's true. You have the handlebars, paddle seat, etc. We talked about the seat adjustment, the brake system, braking it, the gear system. There is no gears on this one. It's easy. Demonstration of proper lockup. We talked about that. Talked about areas to lock up the butt. Adhere to the helmet laws. No jumping around. So you look pretty radical. You know, you look pretty radical. So I don't want you I want to see you coming down a flight of steps like that. Okay. So, and if you and I'm probably more concerned about the kids doing that. But I don't know. You look like a wild one. So, all right. Avoid negligent operation. Use your basic common sense too. Okay. there are cars and there's pedestrians too. So you don't want to hit a kid and you don't want to get hit by a car. So watch what's going on.
Okay.
Try not to be too hammered when you're riding the bike, okay? No driving the bike under the influence.
Okay.
And if the bike gets stolen, lost, damaged while it's in your possession, unfortunately we're going to have to charge you for a new bike if it gets stolen or if it gets damaged somehow. So
Okay.
pay attention to where you put the bike and put it in a safe space. Remember, single file riding and bike lane riding where posted and when it's bike lane.
Can I ride around at night?
This bike has no lights, so we say no.
Okay. How far?
You're not going to get a ticket by the police, but you don't have any lights on here, and it can be very dark out there. So,
Okay. That's what I thought. And then where can I take it?
so
Can I go to Sanibel?
if you can go to Sanibel, but if something happens, you're on your own.
How far can I take it and be rescued by you?
I'm going to ask you a question, Michelle.
Okay.
How far can you take it and be rescued by me?
Green flash
The
rescue.
green flash.
The green
Because
flash?
We go by golf cart.
Okay.
And we can't go any further than the green flash.
All right, there you go. See that? Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good job.
Good job.
Okay.
I'd like to ride the bike. Okay.
And at some point, we're probably going to have to change that. We're going to have to get a truck, a rescue truck, and let people take the daggone bike to blind pass.